But when you have a secessionist group saying that elections should not hold in that state, do you think that the Nigerian government has a duty, for instance, to impress that it's still in charge of the country?
Nigerian government has a duty. But what action has been taken now to warrant deployment of the military will show of force. What action has been just word of mouth that we are going to secede, that is sufficient to deploy the military show of force, even to Kanu's house? It's not right. And I am an elder of this country. Yes, I'm 64. I have spent 35 years of my life serving this country. So I will not sit down here and see things going wrong without saying it. You see, in reference to one of our friends, you remember Nnamdi, he's always coming with proverbs. That the hen is just shouting when it's being carried by a hawk. Not because he wants the hawk to leave it, but for people to know, to raise the alarm that it has been carried. It's the alarm we are raising. Every well-meaning Nigerian, every citizen, patriotic Nigerian must be concerned with the development in the security development in Abia now. If it's not well managed, we're going to have another serious crisis. And we don't need it for now.
Let's look again at the mandate of the armed forces of the country. Looking at subsection 2, it says, yes, defending Nigeria from external aggression, maintaining its territorial integrity and securing its borders from violation on land, sea or air, suppressing insurrection.
Exactly.
And acting in aid of civil authorities. What does it mean by suppressing insurrection?
If there's a situation, for instance, now, take the Northeast, for instance, there has been crisis there. If the police is overwhelmed, they cannot contain the situation, the military will be called in. And there's a process, there's a procedure for calling in the military through the National Assembly. The military on its own cannot just deploy. So if there is a situation that police, which is charged with internal security, is overwhelmed by such situation, the president can decide to deploy the military. You remember that at the height of this crisis in the Northeast, state of emergency was declared in the three Northeast that were involved. And when situation improved, the president has to go back to the National Assembly to repeal the state of emergency. So we have found ourselves, like you said, I was going through the papers, and you know, it was during a seminar organized by Plaque that the Speaker of the House of Representatives expressed worry and concern that in a civilian democracy, we have military deployed in over 28 states. It's worrisome. That will show you that we have a lot of security challenges. Take the Niger Delta, for instance. Nobody is going to question Operation Crocodile Tears or Smile.
But that was
nobody is going to question that because
questioned.
The existence, our economy is dependent on oil, and oil was the situation was being disrupted.
But that operation,
which of course
will
affect our economy.
You know, Mr. Ejiofor, that operation was questioned by Niger Delta.
It was questioned, yes.
It was questioned.
What I'm saying is that out of two evils, in the Operation Crocodile Smile, there was evidence of threat to our economy. I'm not justifying the deployment.
Some people felt that, you know, that was not...
I'm not justifying the deployment, but I'm telling you that because of the tense political situation in the country, the deployment show of force, dance, whatever you call it, in the Southeast for now is not necessary. It's uncalled for. I continue to maintain that. I want to appeal to the federal government. Let the military in that area go back to their barracks. If there's a situation that warrants their deployment, we will know. The authorities will know. For now, it is not necessary.
Well, the governor of the state has said that he is going to cooperate. I mean, he said that the military should they have a right to carry out their operations, but that it must be done in accordance with best international practices and international standards. And he also said that, you know, they're willing to cooperate with, you know, the authorities as the case might be. He's also gone on to declare a state of emergency. Do you think, I mean, because you also said that this is a case of two wrongs don't make a right.
Yes.
Do you think that what you consider as the first wrong has been condemned well enough?
Well, you see, the governor is, I think he has taken the right step. Whether the first wrong has been properly addressed is a different thing. A lot of people have spoken against Kanu's agitation. Prominent Igbo people have spoken against it. I know of very prominent Igbo people who have major interest. They are not happy with the development. But the fact remains that if there's a child crying and pointing at a place, is either the mother is there or the father is there. What are the issues? There are issues, very fundamental issues that need to be addressed. Call it restructuring. A lot of people have said things, restructuring, fiscal federalism. If we are in a federation, we must practice true federalism. Get the leaders. There's agitation in the southwest. There's agitation in the southeast. There's agitation in the middle belt. There's agitation. So what is the cause of the agitation? These are issues that must be addressed. The government must take the initiative to invite leaders to see how we can get out of this quagmire. Because it's a crisis that will do nobody any good if we don't curtail it now. There's so much agitation. There's so much division in the polity. And don't forget that very soon, campaign has started already for 2019. And if we go into campaign, electioneering campaign, with this type of, there's going to be more division and it's going to be a very, the campaigns might be very violent because some people might not even want people to come and campaign in their areas. So we must address this issue before we go into campaigns. That's my worry. I'm worried, very, very worried about what is going on in Nigeria.